Anthony Hartwig here with a Lakeside volleyball player profile, our first jump into the Lakeside volleyball program since they've jumped on board the YSN family. I'm joined by senior libero Tess Collins. Tess, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Of course, thank you.
So we talk about senior year, and every time we talk to a senior, we have to ask them about all the emotions that come with senior year. You know, your last home game, last time you play ex-opponent, a lot of lasts. How are you dealing with all the emotions that senior year can bring you?
I don't think it's really hit me yet. Like our last first game, like it was good, but like I'm not feeling anything yet. But I feel like once like the season like gets farther, like I'll start to, you know, feel emotions.
Knowing yourself and how you deal with that kind of things, how do you think you're going to handle senior night when it's finally becoming more of a reality and you get honored and all your teammates are giving you gifts and stuff? How are you gonna emotionally handle senior night, you think?
I definitely feel like I'm gonna cry for sure. Like it's upsetting. It's my last year. I've been playing since I was really little, so I feel like it's gonna be good, but it's also gonna be really upsetting.
As a senior, you're stepping into a bigger role of responsibility as far as leadership goes and as far as just trying to build the framework for the program after you leave. What have you been doing to kind of build your leadership and try to be ready to be what you need to be for this team this year?
I've been trying to keep everybody's like head up. I've been trying to stay positive. Um, just encouraging people, like complimenting them on the court, like letting them know that they're doing a good job.
As a libero, you're a leader whether you're a senior or not. You're the anchor of that back
Yeah.
row defense. How much pride do you take in being able to do that and being the best passer in your team and having the coaches trust that you can go back there and do it?
I love it. It's so much fun. I'm glad that my teammates can rely on me for that. Um, yeah, that's about it. I just love doing it.
When talking about liberos, I always laugh because people don't understand that position. If they're outside of volleyball, they're always wondering what the heck that girl's doing with a different colored jersey on. And how many questions about that libero position do you get asked during the volleyball season?
Oh, all the time. I get so many questions. They're like, why do you wear a different color jersey? Like, why do you go in and then come right back out? And why do you only stay in the back row? I get tons of questions like that.
What's your favorite part about being the libero and being in that role?
I just like defense, like as it is. Like I was never good at like hitting or anything, but I don't know. I just like being back there and helping everyone out.
You are our first profile for Lakeside Volleyball, so I want you to just kind of take us into your locker room and your personality of this team and describe what your teammates are like, what makes this team so unique, and how much you're enjoying your time with this program.
I love everyone on my team. Like we're all super close. We have a really good connection with each other. Um, so everything kind of clicked. We had pretty much everyone last year except like our four seniors that we lost. So we were all friends. Like we were all close. Our underclassmen stepping up. We have a couple freshmen playing varsity. They're doing really good. But yeah, everybody's just super nice. I love to be their teammates. I'm glad that I'm on this team and we're all working together and playing together.
Let's talk about working with those freshmen that are coming up onto the varsity court. Obviously, you've been a freshman. You know what it's like to be in a program as a freshman. Now, as a senior, what kind of advice have you been given to the younger players about being on the varsity court and trying to find their own way on varsity volleyball?
Um, like the biggest thing, like I tell them to not be nervous and to just go for it. Cause I remember my freshman year, I was always so scared and shy and like it's okay if you mess up. Like you're still young, you're still learning, like you're still improving. And so I just like make sure that they're comfortable and like in their role and stuff.
What are the biggest differences between Tess as a freshman and Tess as a senior?
I'm definitely like louder, like I talk because my freshman year, like I was scared of the upperclassmen. Like I was just like very shy and I didn't say much, but now like I'm just used to it and I try to get the younger girls to like step up and not be so shy and timid.
Whether it be when you were a freshman or even when you were younger, looking at this volleyball team and knowing that you were going to be a member of it one day, who were some people that you looked up to on in this volleyball program that you tried to mold your game after as you grew in your career?
Okay, so J-Lo Rodriguez, she was our libero my freshman year, and she just had so much energy. She was all over the floor. She called the ball, like she was everywhere, and she knew the game so well. And so I've always looked up to her and her younger sister Chris. She just graduated this past year. She was also just so loud everywhere, like a really good leader. And so I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be the loudest one on the court. I wanted to kind of lead everybody and like just stay positive and make sure everybody's, working together.
What's it like for you reflecting on the people that you looked up to and now realizing that you're the senior and there are a lot of people looking up to you, wanting to be in your shoes in the future?
I think it's cool because I never really thought that like as a freshman, I never really thought that like people would like actually look up to me when I was older. Like I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird feeling.
How do you handle like the reality moments of this person is looking at me for advice and I have to be the one that guides them into their future?
I always try to give them good advice. I just try and put myself in their shoes and feel how they're feeling and try to tell them like the best thing I can like to help them.
Who in your life gives you the best advice? Like who's the one person like I need advice, I can go to this person all the time?
Definitely my mom. Like like I can go to her like with anything and she'll always like know exactly what to say. And I don't know how she does it, but like she always helps me with everything.
What is the best form of advice that she's ever given you?
Um I would either say to like not take things personally or be your own person and like I don't know. There's so many things.
Right.
Um but
That's a
I would
good
say
thing that
probably
there's
just
there's so much advice that she gives you, you
yeah.
can't pick one. That's a really good thing.
No.
I'm sure you have an incredible family. Let's talk about them for a little bit, get to know you off the court. What about your family do you think makes you unique from other families? What makes your family so special to you?
They're always there for me. They're always super supportive. Like they support me with anything I do. Um, a lot of like a lot of my family comes to games. Like my mom, like she's there almost every game. My dad comes to games. My brother comes to games. Um, they're just a really good support system.
When you're talking about the Collins clan, is it a big family? Do you have a lot of relatives, or do you have a smaller knit family?
I have one sibling. He's older. But I have a lot of people like on my mom's side, but like everyone on my dad's side, like they live further away,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of them. And like they're always like we're always in touch, we're always, texting, whatever, and just I don't know.
One brother, but that does mean that you are the baby of the family. You are the youngest child. Do you fit that stereotypical baby mentality where you think you're a little bit more spoiled and you get away with a little bit more?
Absolutely, yes. Mhm.
What's the dynamic between you and your brother? Do you guys get along real well? And I know there are ways that you know how to push each other's buttons because all siblings do. What's one thing that maybe he does that he knows how to push your buttons with?
Um he I don't know, like he's a lot older than I am.
Hmm.
So we were never like super close when we were younger. Like I think he's like 13 years older than I am. So like now that we've gotten older, like we've became closer. But like we never argued like at all,
Right.
which is shocking. But like
Maybe
we
the
don't
age
argue.
gap helped in that sense.
Yeah.
Um, when you're thinking about your future, because you're a senior, we have to talk about your life outside of Lakeside. What are some of your future goals and some of the things that you want to see yourself accomplish after you graduate?
I do know that I want to go to college. I want to be a nurse That's what my mom does. She went to Kent Ashtabula and got her bachelor's in nursing. So I think like I'm really interested in like medical and like pharmacy and nursing and just helping people. So I think that's the route I want to go in college. I want to get a good job, a job that I enjoy.
How much has watching your mom being a nurse made you want to go into that field and kind of inspired you to follow her footsteps a little bit?
I like she just loves helping people, and I think that like I also like helping people. So I feel like that like is like my main reason. Like I just want to see people like get better and help them and be there for them.
When you're thinking about colleges that you want to go to, are you someone that wants to travel a little bit? Do you want to get out of the nest and travel, or do you want to stay pretty close to home?
Um, I don't want to travel too far, but like I don't want to like be in Ashtabula. Like I want to like maybe like Cleveland or like Akron, like somewhere out there. I feel like because I don't want to be too far from home.
So you're going to be far enough away that you're going to have to live on your own. So when you have to live on your own in college, what's going to be the one thing you're going to be most nervous about with no more safety net of your parents and you have to kind of live, and fend for yourself?
Um, I feel like I need my mom. Like that's gonna be the biggest thing for me. Like not having my mom there is probably gonna be. It's not gonna be great, but I feel like as I go, like it'll get better.
What do you think is one thing that she does for you like every day that I don't want to say take for granted, but you're not going to realize how important it is until, you go out and you're living on your own?
She helps out a lot. She's like my own like I don't know. Like she helps me with everything. She gives me advice. She helps me with my homework. She cooks for me sometimes. Like I feel like it's just gonna be weird not having that.
Is there any future for volleyball in you, or are you absolutely hanging up the shoes after high school is over?
Um, I'm not sure. I like never really thought like I would play in college, but I may like make like a highlight reel and put myself out there just to see like what kind of feedback I get and reach out to like a couple colleges maybe. But I never really thought of it. But I feel like as the season goes on, like I'm gonna like start to miss it and like you know.
If that comes into a reality, or you get responses, what are some things that you would look for in a college coach and a college program that would make you interested in joining them?
I feel like the coach is like a big thing for me. Like if we like connect, that's really good. And just like the teammates and like just a positive what's the word? I can't think of the word. A positive
Atmosphere?
yes, thank you. Just like welcoming and like makes me feel comfortable and like they want me to be there.
Want to talk about your coaching staff at Lakeside and what it's been like for you to be under them and how much they've meant to you in your growth, not just as a volleyball player, but I'm sure as a person as well.
Yes, so Coach Mead, she's been there for a lot longer than I've been there, but she like I've known her since I was real little. I love her. She's such a good coach. She's always positive. She pushes hard. My head coach, Coach Sanford, he just came to Lakeside. He was an assistant coach for 1 year, I think my sophomore year, and he became head coach junior year. And this year, I feel like he's really helped me grow as a person and a player. He does push, he does yell, but it's all out of like love. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And before we let you go, Tess, I know you've already talked about a lot of important people in your life, but I want to give you the opportunity to give a shout out to anybody else or anyone that deserves even more flowers in this interview, anyone that you think deserves to have a light shined on them for supporting you throughout your career. I want to give you the time to give them a shout out before we end this interview.
I want to shout out Andy Mikowski and Addie Warner. They're also seniors this year. They're my two setters. We all push each other. We're all connected, and I feel like they've just really helped me grow. and like we've all helped each other grow. So yeah.
All right, Tess, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate you letting us inside Lakeside Volleyball a little bit, letting us get to know the program. We appreciate your time again, and we can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
All right, thank you so much.